To coincide with the release of Avengers Endgame on home media, and following the recent re-releases of the first 3 Avengers films and the Captain America trilogy on 4K ultra high definition, Marvel Studios and Disney will re-release the Iron Man trilogy and the first 2 Thor films on the format. In this video I plan to go over all the details of all the different versions you can expect to find across the US and Canada, the UK and Australia, and when you can find them on shelves and digital platforms. As always, I will leave affiliate links down below in the description and the comments if you'd like to purchase the sets from Amazon or Amazon UK. All these editions will be region free, so if you're in the market to import anything you see here, you'll be able to play it no matter what region you're in. I've also previously produced a video covering the releases of the Captain America trilogy on 4K, which you can also check out via the hyperlink at the end of the video. In the US and Canada, the Iron Man trilogy, Thor and Thor the Dark World will be released on August 13, 2019, the same day that Endgame hits home media, making for one incredibly expensive day for collectors. All 5 films will hit 4K as a 4K plus Blu-ray plus digital cinematic universe edition, and just as with the previous 4K re-releases, will feature the Marvel Studios 10th anniversary artwork that was used on the recent MCU Blu-ray re-releases. Again, I was never a huge fan of these artworks at first, but having seen them in hand, I really like the simplicity of the design, the nice shimmer and embossing effects used. And I do love finally owning a collection with mostly matching covers that is, of course, except for the majority of Phase 3's 4K releases who haven't received this treatment just yet. Additionally, just as with the previous sets, Best Buy will offer exclusive Steelbook Editions, also containing the 4K plus Blu-ray plus digital code. The Steelbooks will feature the film's theatrical poster artworks on the cover, much in the same style as those Captain America sets. Each set features a dynamic image on the inside with a small emblem on the back. In the case of the Iron Man sets, an image of each film's respective arc reactor appears on the back. As of the publication of this video, detailed key artwork of the Thor steels have not yet been released. I think the design of these steels are really nice, and I always appreciate when studios use theatrical poster artwork on these special editions instead of putting together new clip art heavy artwork that never really look that great. In the UK, the 3 Iron Man films will be made available on 4K with staggered releases between August and September, a much easier pacing than the US's buy everything at once model. At the time of publishing this video, the Thor films are yet to be announced on the format in the UK, but they will be sure to follow soon. To begin with, a 3-movie collection Iron Man Trilogy box set, which includes 4K plus Blu-ray for each film, will be released on August 12, 2019. The box set features this simplistic yet effective art of the Iron Man Mark III helmet, and will include each film in an individual amaray case inside a slipbox. If you'd like to buy the movies individually, however, the only option for the UK market so far is the 3 Steelbooks, which will be made exclusively available through Zavvi and will be released at 2-week intervals. Iron Man will find release on August 12, Iron Man 2 on August 26, and Iron Man 3 on September 9, 1 week after the UK release of Endgame. Currently, the 3 steels are showing as sold out on Zavvi's website, but it's likely they'll briefly come back into stock just before release as they allocate more stock due to customers cancelling pre-orders, so keep your eye on the website if you'd like them for yourself. Again, no individual slipped amaray versions will be made available in the UK. In Australia, all 5 films will be officially made available on August 21, 2019 to coincide with the Australian release of Endgame, but as usual you should be able to find them on shelves 2 days earlier on the 19th in store at JB Hi-Fi. Likewise, this is also an expensive day for Australian collectors. The films will find individual amaray releases as single disc 4K only editions, while Disney Australia continues to make efforts in stripping back releases for what I can only assume are economic reasons. It's a little bit annoying for consumers, especially those without the films on Blu-ray already, as no special features will be bundled onto the 4K disc itself. These will be more or less bare bones editions at a premium price. These sets won't come with any new special features, which is always the case with Disney re-releases, though they will be bundled with the features presented on the original Blu-ray releases of the film. These include audio commentaries, behind the scenes featurettes, deleted deleted scenes, gag reels, and the like, and will be found on the included Blu-ray disc. Sadly, the first two Iron Man films won't be re-released with the bonus Blu-ray disc present on the original Paramount sets. Let's take a look at some release specs for the films. The first two Iron Man films were shot on 35mm film, while Iron Man 3 was shot digitally at a 2.8K resolution. All three films, however, were mastered with 2K digital intermediates. Likewise, Thor was shot on 35mm film, while Thor: The Dark World was shot digitally at both 2.8K and 5K resolution. Again, both films were mastered with 2K digital intermediates. The nature of these films' processing means that they've been downscaled for their master and then upscaled again for the 4K release. This is a fairly common trend for these big blockbusters, especially the Marvel films, but doesn't necessarily mean the discs won't offer a great uptick over the 1080 Blu-ray, which they most certainly should if the past Marvel 4K catalog releases are any indicator. The Avengers and Captain America reissues offered nicer, punchier colours and a slight uptick in sharper details, so these ones should be no exception. None of these movies are particularly Marvel's most colourful or punchiest, but they feature many dark sequences which should benefit from the 4K's deep black levels. The Rainbow Bridge sequences in the Thor films in particular should also receive an extra punch from the new HDR passes. And assuming all the natural film grain is left intact for the first two Iron Man films and the first Thor film, these should look gorgeously filmic. Collectors may know that the Iron Man films were previously released on 4K in Germany back in 2017, and said releases were incredibly poor, featuring washed out blacks, dull colours, no noticeable uptick in detail, and just overall abysmal transfers. What we should note here is that distribution of the Iron Man films in Germany are with a label called Concord Video, who personally produced those 4K transfers, if you really want to call them that. These transfers were likely created by attempting to upscale and tinker with the HD Blu-ray masters that Concord had the rights to, instead of having proper 4K masters provided by Marvel. With these new releases, however, Marvel will have gone back to the original 2K source and produced new 4K masters with a proper HDR pass. So fear not, my fellow Avengers, we'll finally have proper Iron Man 4K releases. For me, I've ordered myself all 5 individual releases from the US. I know it probably would have cost me a lot less just to pick up the box sets from the UK, but I do like consistency in my collection and want these individual slip releases to go with my others. At the end of the day, my OCD will be very, very happy. And at that, it's over to you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you'll be picking up any of the Iron Man or Thor films on 4K, or if you've already previously picked up any of the Avengers or Captain America films on the format. Also, let me know how you feel about these new releases overall. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos and you'd like to see more like it in the future, then please don't forget to hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen, as well as that like button down below for that little extra support. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.